Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I just want to let you know before we get into this video that this will probably be the saddest video I'll ever make. I sure hope it is because I can't imagine a video sadder. But I've been putting it off for a while and I just think it's time to let you all know. And we're just going to jump in right where we left off. As most of you know, this is my rescue American quarter horse, Rodeo Dreams. We had an amazing show day in our last video. If you guys did not get a chance to watch that video, please do. It would mean a lot to me, and I think it was just a really fun video. So, this is just me playing around with Dreamer a little bit, us galloping across the field and trotting around and racing a horse here. And it may not look like we're going that fast, but it felt fast. And you can see I only let him out for like 1 second. I should have just let him run, but most of the time I was pretty much holding him back and he was still going super fast. So then we got his teeth floated with a power drill. We had a professional come out and do it, and I think that would just really help him to eat and stuff, and that is another step in his recovery process. If anybody has the question of whether Dreamer and Chief like each other, but are they friends? So this video answers that question. They have the whole farm to roam, and this is the view from my bedroom window. It's my window, so, and them two are hanging out together. They have been roaming the farm together, so just happily eating grass, and I like that they stay right outside my window. I can watch them. Cuties. This is what catching the horses are like. Usually they're like down a little farther and it's more fun then because they run more, but I just thought I'd show you guys anyway. They're way up here already. Chief! Dreamer! Look at them go. Chief! Come on, you can go faster than that. Lazy. Dreamer! Go to your stall. Seriously? Apparently I'm not allowed to video anything. Usually this is not how this goes. Usually they go galloping. Go inside. You too, Dream. What happened? Did Mommy try to get a video? Is that what happened? Yeah, that didn't go too well, did it? No. Usually they are back there and they come galloping up the hill and run into their stall really fast. Apparently not tonight. So I left Dream out in the snow for a couple hours and he really enjoyed playing, but now he's wheezing again. So one of the biggest things to overcome with Dreamer was that he wheezed at weird times. So it all started after he choked, and then we think he has some type of lung condition where when it flares up, if he's out in the cold or if he gets choked on something and it causes him to wheeze and not be able to breathe as well. But he would just do it at random times, so it's really weird. Boys stamped all their snow off here, and I brushed both of them off, even though Chief had a blanket on, but Dream did not, so I had to brush Dream off the most because he had a bunch of snow on him. We got most of it off, didn't we? So obviously I was not riding Dreamer in this awful weather, but then even as the weather warmed up, some new problems started to develop in him, and that was his feet. So his feet were bad when he came to us, but we were of course taking care of them. But where I live, it is very muddy, very wet, and he already had some abscesses, and now he started to develop a lot of thrush and something weird. We still have no idea. He got these holes in the sole of his foot, and we were treating it every day with thrush medicine and just like fungal bacterial type medicine, and just helping him to regrow his hoof. We also picked up a hoof supplement for him that I started supplementing in his feet every day to give him extra support. But of course I was not riding him through this. However, I was working him just to keep his muscles, and also he would really act up when we would try to do his feet. He started kicking and just acting up, pulling back on the rope, laying down on the rope. But we think that was because it was really hurting him when we would pick out his feet and stuff and apply medicine to it. But we still had to do it even though it was hurting him because we wanted him to get better. But he didn't really understand that. You know, a horse that's been abused, you know, they associate like, oh, this happens, that hurts, I want to get away from it, you know, so that's like their mindset. It's not like, oh, but the people are trying to help me, you know, so I kind of, but, you know, he felt that pain when he picked out his foot, so he was trying to get away from it, and we were just trying to help him. So I would work him, and then we'd try again to pick out his feet. And my dad did get this picture of me working him one time, and so yeah, that's what that is. So as we felt like his feet were getting better, we were just planning ahead. So I found barrel races for us to go to. I had about one every month, I think, or something for the next like 3 months. I found a local arena that we could practice in, and another arena that was a little bit farther away from us, but they had practices on Tuesday and Thursday nights. So we were going to go and check that out, and we were going to start riding Dreamer again. And I have this lovely picture of a bridle that we were going to get one similar made, except to match my tack colors. So a bridle that we can make for him, because his head was a lot bigger than Chief's head. So I wanted it to match my saddle though, so we were getting a saddle maker to make that for him. And then this is the part of the video where it gets bad. So every day I would go out and let Dreamer out with Chief and the other horses. I usually it was just Chief, but for a couple days I've been letting him out with a filly that we were training and like getting ready to finish and sell. If you all know Delilah, super sweet horse, but she was a mare, and Dreamer was very docile and like timid and standoffish kind of, whereas Chief will like be the boss and he's kind of naughty about it. So I thought it was fine though. They didn't have food or anything to fight over, but it's my birthday and I came out to show somebody a horse, and Dreamer was standing up by the fence, so I went over to him to say hello and stuff because he's always so sweet and he always waits for me. And I saw blood on his leg, and I was like, oh no, something's wrong. So I looked at it, and then I was like, oh no, we got to call the vet. So I ran in and I told my mom to call the vet, and I was like, it's bad, Mom. And his leg, his back right leg was shattered pretty much. It was like broken 2 or 3 different places. It was bloody. It was hanging. You could see the bone. And he couldn't walk. He couldn't move. And you could tell he wanted to. He had to be in so much pain. But my theory has always been, you know, humans have to endure pain. And it's not fair for you to like take an animal's life away just because you don't feel like they should endure pain, which is really just an excuse that you don't want to deal with it. But in this situation, we tried to think of anything that we could do to save this horse that had just given me more life. I looked forward every day to going out to see him. He gave me a reason to live and really just brought so much joy to my life and so much purpose. And he was really just a gift from God, and I wanted so much to save him. I didn't care if I could ride him. I didn't care whatever. And while we were standing there with him, waiting for the vet to come, we were trying to think of any solution possible to save this wonderful horse who had been hurt so many times and rehabilitated so many times. And, you know, he was finally getting ready to ride him again, finally getting ready to take him places. You know, he was my best friend. And I was like, well, we could amputate it, you know, because obviously we couldn't leave it there. It was hanging. You couldn't, like, reattach it. So we were like, yeah, we could do that, but it's his back leg. If it was his front leg, he could still walk around, but it was his back leg. He couldn't walk. I don't think he could have laid down. If he laid down, he probably could not have got back up. And he had lost a lot of blood. So we just fed him hay and so many treats, and I just hugged him and cried. And, you know, it's always so sad when you don't get to say goodbye. But it was so hard to say goodbye. There's no easy way to lose somebody you love so much. And I'm thankful, I guess, that I got to say goodbye. But, you know, it's hard. I just hugged his neck, and I just told him that I loved him and that I was going to miss him, because I knew I was going to miss him so much, but I knew he was going to go, you know. And it's hard when you know that they're going to be gone and there's nothing you can do about it. And it was a really cold day. As I said, it was my birthday too, and we were supposed to be getting ready to have a little family get together at our house. And my mom was just like, well, my mom was devastated, and she was like, well, how about you go inside and warm up? It's so cold out here. And I couldn't. The vet was supposed to be there in 40 minutes. I wanted our vet that we usually have to do it, that had already seen him and stuff. And those were like the longest 40 minutes probably, but also the quickest 40 minutes. I promised Dreamer that I would keep him until the day he died. And I kept that promise. I just didn't know it was going to be so soon. And I wanted those 40 minutes to end because I wanted him to not be in pain anymore. I wanted him to not have to carry that leg around. But I also didn't want those 40 minutes to end because I wanted every minute with him. And I just kept feeding him treats and loving on him and petting him and trying to get him to eat hay. But the vet got there and my dad got home, and then the vet got there, and it was just like, I didn't want this to be, you know, so sad. I didn't want to make Dreamer nervous and stuff, but, you know, you don't know what to say. So it was like, look how much better he is. I've rehabilitated him so much and stuff, and the vet was so sweet. We've had them come to our farm for like 20 years. We've just known them forever, and they've always doctored all of our horses. And that was the one that doctored Dreamer's abscess in the beginning of this journey. And, you know, I really didn't want to stay for them to euthanize him because I really didn't want to see him die. And I didn't think I wanted that to play through my head. I wanted to remember him healthy. I wanted to remember him well, but by the time the vet got there, he had just lost so much blood, and he was already so tired. You could tell he wanted to move because he would look around, but he couldn't move, and he'd try to move. And then he started like hopping around because I don't know, I guess it just felt weird, but he was trying to hop around, but I was so scared he was gonna fall, and it was very scary. But really, realistically, he could not have lived with that in any way, because I tried to think of all of them. So there's going to be people that are probably going to be like, oh my goodness, you put your horse down, you didn't have to do that. I wish with everything in me that I didn't have to do that. I tried to think of any solution possible. We even thought of like a prosthetic leg for him, but we really could not afford that, and we couldn't move him. And it takes a long time to make a prosthetic. And in 40 minutes, he was already weak and couldn't move and whatever. So we took some pieces of his hair, and my mom stayed out there with him the whole time. She was so sweet. She promised me she'd stay there. And I was in the house, and it's hard when you know what's going on, and you want to see it, and you want to know, but you don't. So I was just trying to think on happy things, but it's just like that feeling. I never experienced that before. Like, you know they're gonna be gone, but you don't know what you're gonna do when they're gone. I guess I did kind of when my grandma passed away. We kind of knew that she was gonna pass away, but it was just really hard. And so we weren't about to bury him at our farm because of reasons, which I'm not happy about. But we're scared it'll get in the water, and they can't have that danger of like dead things getting in the water for our city. So somebody came and picked him up, and that's pretty much it. I am going to do a video on Dreamer's journey and like, is it over, and really explain deeper into my thoughts and feelings about this, because I have so much to say to you guys, and that video will be out within a couple days of me posting this video. So don't worry, I might post them back to back just for you all, but I figured this video was already long enough, and I just hope that everybody understands. And I know it's a really sad ending, but I know that if you guys watch the next video that you'll realize that it's really not the end. It's really just the beginning.